again. Buckle up. Rough roads ahead. Let's try to make those rough roads a little bit smoother, a little bit more comfortable. So, rough roads for everybody. Control and empower, or control and powerless to stop from doing what they're doing. Try to help everyone with knowledge, but if I can find a better way to go. If I could have got this, is what I was shooting for years ago, as far as getting my body a little bit released so I can figure out what was going on. I just couldn't get there. And again, the deep state kept hit me, and I found some sort of better way. I mean, my legs were all cramped up. I was trying to get them uncramped. I remember it specifically after that one cramped up on the left side, like it is now. The right was much more cramped, but the left side could not have been this cramped. And what happened is all that little cramp here and there, cramp here, kept it from doing that. It would have been better if I could have got it undone, and then I could have went to a doctor and said, "This is it." Rothman Clinic, it'd have been fine. So what I'm shot sooner, I just couldn't get to it. And it's a little cool today. The sun's not out as much, but is I have the thing in my left hand, the thing I used to carry in mostly my right hand, and it powered up my right a little bit too much. So now I have it in the left hand, and I'm walking, and I'm trying to. What happens is over time that left side starts releasing if I carry this in the left hand long enough. So I guess it powers up or something. Right. Now the right side isn't as released as I want. Last night it was nice, and there was a lot of I'm using a lot of different stuff, but I got into my shoes, my back was went bloop and relaxed, which is better than where it's been. But I tried to lay to get it to relax, and it just made it worse. It got all cramped up, and you know, I think nerve is actually in the muscle somewhere, and it's just strangle holding it, and it's causing it to have irritation. Just kind of like a cycle. So if I can get the right side to relax down further, I think the left side will chill out. But again, this is all just trial and error for now. I can't believe it. I Amazon's being most gracious about they're just not real. They're warming pads. They're not heating pads. No, they didn't. The second one they told me don't send it back. They're just fake. The one I bought today is just really borderline. My other two that I bought from Amazon, one is I think the battery powered one is warmer than the plug-in one I just bought. Definitely warmer than yesterday's plug-in one. Mm. This one I bought today, I think I'll keep. It's borderline. I don't want to be a jerk. Well, I just laid on my back to see if what would happen, and it wasn't pretty. Because then when it releases, there's a whole lot of other stuff going on from that cramp. It's Yeah, how I don't have a trigger point shot yet is weird. I mean, I got to wait on the system. I couldn't. The problem is I couldn't get to the doctor's fast enough. I got to the doctor's 3 weeks, 4 weeks earlier. Well, my legs are slightly better, but the back just won't cooperate. Or a fused spine at the bottom there. But Trump's got the same thing going. His looks almost worse than mine. It's just not as good a day as yesterday either. Well, when it relaxes after it's tied, it nerves and then get to a well. Yeah. Again, they're going to massage. Theoretically, if they massage it enough, it won't tighten up all that much. Right. Just be all relaxed and just. There's no way my left side was that cramped because if it was, I would have been in pain. Just been a not would have been nice 4 years ago to have gotten to this point. So, again, the only way to get there is to pull them off and force them to stay away from me. Correct. No, there's no freedom to stalk people, and torture people, and destroy their lives, and go ha ha ha. I'm getting paid millions of dollars to do this. Yeah, I worked on some trying to get some resin incense. I bought an infrared. It was like a wax cam, visually appealing, but I can control the temperature. Burn some resin incense, but I'm just trying to find something to put it in that's the right size. I kind of found something, but it don't really match. It's a nice terracotta thing, perfectly, but it has a hole in the bottom. So then I just fish that. Hopefully, fish the. I might have to cut the plug-in end off, and then get one of those replacement ones. But I don't know. Well, I got no idea what's going on left side. It's it's just too tight in the center of the back, or the center of the left, back. Uh, what happened is I lifted the lumbar, uh, the lower lumbar up, and then called. That's not a good mechanical advantage for your back. Kind of wore it down on an angle there. It may have actually caused a spur on the left side. I think we're past that. Again, it would have been nice to get her in. All right. A lot less loss. It doesn't look like it's good. Well, I got more, but it's just not happening. Well, because that's usually the left relaxes when the right's cramped up, then the left gets funky. Well, it still could be just the lower lumbar adjustment. As weird as that sounds, your back could just go because you're low because it's sensing that you're falling because the lower lumbar is built with two nerves inside of it, and it has to keep a certain level. And as soon as it goes out of level, then it tightens up. Is what I understand it. So it thinks you're falling, and it goes, and it keeps your back cramped up. Yeah, I was pretty much right on track. If I just could have got released a little bit, Matt, to get my mind back. Again, them stressing you out is going to do it every time. Going to tighten you up, and there could be something physical. I ate way too many veggie straws last night. So now I know that the beans weren't causing the gas. I go back to eating those. That's a cost-effective meal. Beans and rice. Delicious too. Because it cramped up for so long this morning, it's not too good in the body here. I had to try. I wanted to try to see if I can get that laying down on my back with the heating pad on. Doing, but yeah. I have a nasty day today. I guess we got a couple more days. It's going to be a little nasty. That sun feels good when it comes around. I really don't think that this is. Why did it turn off? Oh, turn it off. What the hell? One of the things it does is I get confused because I can get my arms released, but then I don't realize that the center of the back is still tight. So it's probably pinching that nerve at this point. I'm not sure. Let's see what we got. Spray something again. See if I can get it to wake up. So again, it would have surely been better to get to this point 4 years ago. And just, had that trailer. Right. Trailer's worth of stuff, and van was newer, the trailer was newer. Just got to some place. Now, there's a possibility that if I would have been able to get here 4 years ago, then I may have been able to get my, instead of going to Colorado, because I was focused on massage therapy at that point. Boy, it's a nasty day compared to what it was. No sun. Sunless day. Trying to get all that to relax. I don't know if I'll be able to do it today. It's just not warm enough, maybe. I'm actually going to have to put some more arnica on there, I guess. If I had a bathtub, I'd just slide in the bathtub a lot more. I just hate setting this thing up and then having to drain it. Again, if they hadn't interrupted in my move in, I'd be in a place like that. I'm going to try a certain exercise right now, see if it works. But once it cramps up, even if you get it uncramped, it aches for a while. It could, from what I'm thinking, it couldn't have been cramping up like this. Because I just wasn't that much in pain. I realized I was tight, but and again, it's not. I usually don't leave myself tight. It's just a series of events that happened that caused me to have that happen. Now, what I think my issue is that my right side is just too jacked. If I could just relax that a little bit more, and they could massage me down from the neck area down. Well, I should have been having them elongate the muscles the whole time. Again, it's the deep state psychological torture I was talking about. That's what they do, and that's the effect of it. Should be in prison, every last one of them, whether it be government or the private sector crony. They're not safe to be out in the community. I don't know whether they be a cop or not. Yeah, I don't think the weather's going to get anywhere today. And then it's going to rain, I guess. But I think it's at the most 3 days, but I think we have 2 days. $58 degrees. 8 degrees. I don't know. It sounds warm, but it doesn't seem warm. We actually got 3 days. Got some thunderstorms tomorrow. Let's see it hourly, what it looks like. It's going to be cloudy tomorrow. Cloudy the next day. Possibly snow. What? For like a day. And it's back up again. And actually, no, it's not going to get warm until Friday. It's mostly sunny, and then we'll be back in. With some bad weather coming. Can't get it to stop. Looks like the good weather not going to be for another week, really. And then that should be the good weather for them. Oh my God, it's a release. Oh God. Somewhat. I got to release a little bit. Yeah, I think Kansas City was one of the places I was looking at, but I decided to go to Colorado. When I was coming back through Kansas, I was thinking of staying, and I didn't. Wasted my time down in that Oklahoma. I mean, it wasn't that well when I got back up here, but who knows? It could have been a whole different world. I had that trailer, and that was it. Trailer and me. Was going to stay in Wichita, but probably would have been best just to drive straight out to Kansas City and get it over with. Right. And if it took me 2 years to get to medical care, it'd been 2 years sooner, probably. Right. I'm gonna go take a look at heating pad to see what that does. No, I'm actually in this system now, and I could actually work through all of this. Wasn't in the system in any of other places. I guess the doctors were able to get me in. I think I was pretty well sleeping on my side last night. Pretty much had the heating pads on all night. Oh wait, it's on my shirt. The microphone's on my shirt. Put it up here on my heating pad. I have one of those heating pads you can wear, but it has a cord to it. Got another one that you don't have to wear. I'm trying to test this one to see if it gets warm. It's not as warm as these, but I think that would work for therapy. That's just like barely. I mean, that's horrible. Because I bought two others from Amazon. They get hot. So I'm over here. Oh, wait. I'm trying to see this particular thing, see if it'll work for therapy. It says it's 144 degrees, but I really can't imagine that. All right, I'm going to put this like around my back. I'm going to have to actually go ahead and use it to tell. It actually feels like it just got cooler. I wish I hadn't ordered another one. This is miserable. No, the other one I'm baking out of my. I got another two here, and I'm baking out of my boots. I figured if it had 12 settings, it had to be warm. And I don't know if they fluctuate, like they're bad quality control. I hate this. I just hate this because it's like a not a heating pad. It's like a warming blanket, and the warming thing I bought doesn't work at all. I can't believe I'm gonna have to return this thing. But there's no heat. It doesn't do anything for me. I mean, it's warm, but it's not hot. A heating pad's supposed to get hot. And again, this is like lukewarm. I couldn't even take a bath in this temperature water. There's no way this is 144 degrees. There's just no way. We do one test to see if it gets hot doing this. This is hot. Keep this one on. Look at what they all are. This one doesn't clip in; it just keeps pulling out of the thing. This is the weird part. As soon as I put it on my body, it turns off. So it feels warm, and then as soon as I touch it to my body, it turns off. I mean, it looks great, great construction, but it's shit. Now, I didn't like this one because it was too small, but it gets warm at least. But it feels like it's starting to get warm. Now watch, I'll put it on my body and it'll turn off. The thermostat will turn it off. It's bizarre. It's cooling now. As soon as I touch it to my body, it turns off. It's the wrong thermostat. I'm just, I already used this. I'm going to keep it overnight and see how it works. I'm going to shortchange it. Well, just when I settle into it in the evening, it seems like it might be working better. So I'm going to give it that. I'm going to treat it just like the other ones. uh, Boy, do I have some inflammation today. I really do believe it's from that cramp and cramping that other cramping a nerve. Like if I could lay on my side during the day on a heating pad or something and just get some relaxation, I wouldn't mind. But it's just not working. And like at the end of the day, for some reason, I can do that. I don't know if there's some sort of allergen or something, like the mold or something that does that. So again, I don't know if the Trump people hear me or anybody that passes stuff on to the Trump people or not, but obviously I'm telling you what to do for success. Well, you're all just all over the place and it's all incorrect. Right. You can't. It's just because you're setting yourselves up for failure. No, I'm appreciative of even if I get 6 hours sleep. They tend to believe that the spirits that are around this thing, that I'm going to actually feel better when it gets warmer, but I don't know. I mean, just by nature of that. Now, when I was in Texas, I should have been able to heal a little bit more. I was so sick when I was in Colorado. I was so sick, and they were just dogging me all day. It's horrible. I'm thinking this type of candle incense burner is the only one that is really going to work for this resin for now. Well, I don't want to use the charcoal because you can't adjust the temperature. Well, I guess on some you can. Whatever relief I got yesterday is not finding its way today. Well, I don't know. Right. Yeah, 4 years ago, this is what I was trying to do is figure this stuff out. And they got my life too deep. They're not supposed to be. That's what they call deep state, I guess. They get your life too deep. I'm trying to burn this for the Pope here too. I know it's got I think it's frankincense and myrrh mostly. There might have some nard in it. Well, when I was in the massage therapy, it wasn't triggering that cramp on the left side, like that intense pain. He definitely went right to work on that right side, releasing it. Then this other one, I think, is what they call dragon's blood, but it's in the scriptures in Isaiah. It's a cane type incense. It's mixed in, I think, with Nag Champa, but it's like at first I was a little gun shy using stuff from India, but then I found out it all comes from majority of it comes from not majority, but a percentage of it comes from India. You're not going to find all the Jewish incense and the temple incense in the Middle East. It was coming from other places. Well, at a certain point, like when I get reduced, I mean, it's not relaxed. I can see the under muscles are tight. Again, it's not good to leave it like that because then it develops muscle memory in the wrong direction. I had some relief, but my body was like totally cockeyed all those years. Yeah. But I had enough relief at a certain point, and I didn't even notice it. I guess I could, because I was really hurting when I got to Oklahoma. I should have actually sought relief. I just couldn't get to it. But I think when I left Oklahoma, I was a little bit better, but then I developed that crazy right side tightness a little bit more. But I think as long as I stayed in the or not the beds, the bath, not having a tub here really cramped my style for that. That's one thing in Oklahoma. I could take a bath and not pay for it. I just had a standard fee because it had a central hot water thing. But to get the hot water in the winter, because there was like a diverter set up in the shower or in the tub in the shower, I had to run a hose from my sink, or it wouldn't be warm enough. Well, I heal the world and I heal these communities. I'm not shy when it comes to something like that. Okay, when I'm letting it, when I just changed it to the right side, my left side now feels better. That I'm not walking with this my left hand. I guess I let that relax a little bit more. which is not really what I want to do. I don't think I want to put this in the right side. So I just bought, I guess this is for the future too, once it relaxes. I don't know if I should go back to the other style thing I had. Again, I had that premonition, like they're going to curse it and it's not going to work anymore. Again, the key was to stay in Santa Fe and never been disrupted. Right? And I would have been in massage the whole time. I mean, somewhere along the way, I probably would have needed something, but highly unlikely. They knew what they were doing. Now, I just ordered a handle and all that from Amazon. I should have waited a couple more days. Okay, so this is definitely hot. This is definitely smoking hot. The one I bought the other day. But, is this thing even on? I'll keep some plugging itself. No idea how it's doing that. Actually, I'm going to spread the crumbs a little bit. Maybe I'll hold it in there better. Like I have a shelf that I put over my bed, and I couldn't even get to the point where I could take my power stuff, the power strip and Velcro it underneath so I could actually use this more comfortably. All right, so I'm gonna turn this on again and try to get to some level of test here. Oh, I mean, it's obvious the one I bought, which I thought was this company, it was actually a different company. Obviously, it gets hot. Wow. There's no need to keep this on. Turn that one off. I know it gets hot. Okay, so this one, oh, was that one? I just turned on. That got warm, that's for sure. So I guess this is one of the areas of issue in Amazon. Heating pad world. Oh. So let me grab this. I'm going to transfer everything over to the one I wrap around myself. See what I got going on here. Yeah, something, they're stalking me, there's no doubt. Right. This is supposed to go. Supposed to go. Well, based upon the whole theory that this is all because of the lumbar spine, it still makes sense. I mean, the doctor has there's a few tests they can do to see if that's it, right? But well, basically, when I release it, my legs get weaker. So that's the theory is that it's trying to hold the thing up. I do feel a little better without holding on to that handle thing. I'm starting to cramp again. It's like releasing and then cramping. All right, let me get off the soft ground and over there. I do want to test that other thing there. Yeah, it feels like it got warm. You're not supposed to turn it on when you lay it over itself, but that's how you simulate with you on it, right? Or on top of you. So but see, as soon as I touch it, it goes off. All right, I'm going to step out of here on the former ground. See, that's another one that if when you put your orthotics on or you go onto a stronger base, that it relaxes. That's another one of those things where it's that nerve thing in the spine, lower spine. Now I should have been looking at oblation. Just I was misrouted, and I ended up the place where I shouldn't have been, which was the chiropractor. That was the last place I should have went. But for some reason, something got me there. Again, misrouting. The other person was this kind of, it was a little weird because it felt like a pill mill or something, maybe. But the nurse's assistant appeared to know things. And I just couldn't get back to it. No matter what I tried, I couldn't get back to that person. Again, part of it is Satan. These people work with Satan. So what happens is their will plays out, and they know that. That's why they stay on somebody, because eventually the will of Satan, combines with their will, and then they get what they want just by thinking about it. Well, my arms are a little bit, my neck and my arms is kind of released, but I just can't get that back to release. And again, that's probably adjusting, right, for the lumbar. I mean, I'm in the middle of COVID, and I'm freaking my back. I'm getting these back cramps. Like nothing I could do. I couldn't even drive myself if I wanted because it was all snowy. Got my car all stuck when I tried. I do believe this one will work. But that one company, I think it's like XYTZ or something, just a bunch of letters. They're the one you wear on your back is great. Well, I mean, the problem is with massage, it takes time to work. I just didn't understand. Like the guy I talked to, he seemed like a good guy, and he wait, am I there? Hello, hello, hello. Oh, it's the other microphone. Give me a second. I mean, they probably knew from way back. They probably knew from way back. And trying to see what microphone this is. No, it's not. Test, test, test. Yeah, it's the mic on the phone for some reason.